May it please you, I am your very own, the son of Muhirwa, headstrong with an indomitable evil-eye character. It is me, a very buoyant and flamboyant activist of high moral sagacity with innate humanitarian appeal. And it is in that very capacity that I address you. I have a message of peace today, ladies and gentlemen. But before I delve into the nook and cranny of what I intend to elucidate, may you know that I am a strong believer in eternal life on earth, which can mostly be punctuated by everlasting peace. That gives me the courage to speak for the voiceless, mourn with the bereaved, and live a fugitive in the land of the persecuted, especially at a time of political animosity. Allow me then take you for a ride in a voyage of our sad past, for which I believe the present and the future must differ with distinctive positivity. In the Kayunga prisons, a handful of our people died, so did in Kasese, and most recently, the arrest of Bobi Wine sparked a flame of riots that dazed our city with fear and terror. This resulted in two untold groans, orphans, widows, and widowers, all but in utter expression of discontent, either justifiable or unjustifiable. Pending the general elections, various inconsistencies on the face of record, yet human rights violations are on an increase, as if to say that during the electoral process, the law is silent. A couple of our people have been beaten, ripped to tatters, rendered lame and lifeless, some innocently, yet others caught in the lines of seeming law-breaking, even when it is clear behind the lines that they had been deprived of a chance to act within the ambits of the law. Indeed, when the law is used to shield a few, then the victims of injustice are left with no choice but to resharpen their arrows and spears until the same is accommodative enough. But that is not what we want. It is a message of peace that I preach, because the older I have grown, the more I have realized that life, unlike light, never moves in a straight line. But like light, the obstacles can always be swayed away to make it take the direction that we want. Tribalism is such an obstacle that must by whatever means be avoided, because the worst experience that a state can ever be entangled in is to have social classes based on the hierarchy of tribal importance. It is archaic and primordial to think that there exists such a tribe chosen among the many to impose its will as the rest obey patiently like the medieval slaves. Whenever that happens, history tells us that genocide is most prevalent. The Hutu and Tutsi in Rwanda, the Holocaust of the Jews in Germany at the weight of Nazism are such experiences that must guide our actions and speeches at this delicate moment, for images of a like nature haunt the young and old alike. I understand your fears, for you have since lost trust in your political terrain, and whereas the past and the present define the future, I call it a rough approximation, not the exact. Why then do you sow a seed of hate that sprouts across generations with foggy imaginations only but to ingratiate your ego? We have a buffet of political ideologies at our disposal, and each and every one of us should be free to choose what suits his or her appetite. Persuade me, and I will follow like the proverbial humble servant. Show me the light so that I don't stumble, for no graceful soul hovers in darkness. Only then shall my heart beat with a whisper of hope, and surely at the right time you will be my choice. I will move head held high with greater poise and readiness to shield my will against perversion. Till another time, peace and God protect your very own, the son of Muhirwa. I wish you therefore all the best.